Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Doe Show. I'm your boy Matty Doe. This is episode fucking. I don't even fucking know. It's like 6 or 7. But yeah, I'm here with my boy Jaden.
Yo, yo.
Jaden, thanks for doing this, brother.
Absolutely.
We're here at your place on your fucking fat, comfy couch.
Thank you, Wayfair. Definitely came in clutch, delivered it, brought it up, built it,
Yeah.
took the garbage. I didn't have to do shit, so 5-star review.
Be honest with me. Do you feel awkward, nervous right now?
No, I just not used to sitting in front of a camera while trying to talk to somebody next to me.
Yeah. Uh, honestly, I get it, but obviously we're good friends and we can make conversation like easily. It's way different because do you remember I used to do YouTube and I would like vlog?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that shit is way more awkward.
Just sitting in front of a webcam.
Well, because well, not even that. Like because vlogging, you want to do stuff, so you kind of feel like you have to perform and say something funny, or do something crazy.
Yeah, all
So
of it's on you.
You don't know how to act.
Yeah.
But this is like a podcast. We're just literally just talking how we would, like how we wish we could in the sauna, if there weren't like fucking 20 other cunts shoved into that room.
The smallest comment you make to the person sitting next to you, everybody's got to pull a headphone out. They're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
actually, my fifth cousin's brother's dog, he
Yeah.
also did that." Like, great, man. And here's the issue too. I want to, I feel like I'm a nice guy and I'll be respectful to people and maybe chop it up a little bit, but there's nothing more that gets under my skin when I'm at the gym when people just want to become best friends or just stare at you like you're some zoo creature.
That happened today a couple times.
Yeah, it's like, are you not there to do something? Like, what is so entertaining about myself and what I'm doing? And half of the time, like, you and we're doing the same workout, so it's usually you're doing your set and I'm waiting to do my set. I'm not even doing anything. I'm just standing there. Just an average Joe just standing there. People just look at you hard. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a freak and overreact about that, but
No, I mean, I agree. But at the same time, I feel like people do it because they're insecure. They think people are looking at them. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I feel like that.
like people are looking at you.
Well, sometimes because honestly, dude, if I work out by myself, I just do like the most standard exercises that like any old cunt can do.
Yeah.
But with you, I'm always doing these like new workouts where I've never seen them before because maybe people don't know this, but you're an MMA fighter.
Yep.
So you have specific workouts from your strength and conditioning coach that is for athletes.
Yeah, shout out DL Training Systems.
Yeah, I've seen his Instagram. I mean, it looks legit, and obviously, he's not like a scrub. He actually knows what he's talking about, and he like trains legit athletes.
Yeah, we got some absolute world-class killers on that team, all the way from an Olympic wrestler who was competing in Paris in 2022.
Oh, dude, I've seen that kid on Instagram. What's his name?
Stefan?
Yeah.
Yep, Stefan.
In the Olympics, you said?
Yeah, he was competing in Paris, it was, I think, in 2022. Then Mike Chiesa.
That dude looks small, but like a tank.
No, he is, and he packs a punch for sure. And
Oh, he's got good striking
he
too.
looks even. The craziest thing is he looks smaller in person.
Like he does wrestling, but he also trains MMA, or he actually does MMA.
just strictly wrestling. He just
Okay.
strictly trains wrestling. But Dylan, his background was wrestling,
Yeah.
so I mean, it's really easy for him to adapt to a workout base that's for Stefan. But then he's got 3 UFC fighters on the roster.
Huh.
So
3. Who are the others?
Brady, Juliana Miller, Chiesa.
Got it. Shout out to Juliana Miller. She was the latest one who had a fight.
Yeah,
She
got
was
the
she
dub.
was she was the underdog too.
Got the
I
dub.
mean, the line was close, but
Chiesa's next. Brady's still rehabbing that ACL
wait, who's
injury.
Chiesa fighting?
Let me Something McGee. I don't know. I don't even think he's a ranked
Oh,
fighter.
is it Marcus McGee, the black dude with the dreads?
No, he's a white guy.
Huh. Reese McKee? That's McKee, not McGee. I don't fucking know.
He's fighting Court McGee. He's 23-13.
He's so-
40 years old.
40 years old?
Yeah, this might be the one to hang up the gloves after the Maverick gets a hold of him.
How old is Mike?
37.
Hmm.
But honestly, he doesn't look like it. I mean,
Yeah.
he's battled some injuries, mainly back issues, which is kind of a big deficit to come over the top of, even for any sport. I mean, I don't think people realize how much they use their back and rely on their back until
Bro,
you
your
have
back
something
is
go wrong.
dude. Think of how big of a percentage of your your back is of your whole fucking body, dude.
Yeah, it controls everything. And think about how much exercises we do at the gym each time, that each workout is a different split, but every single one of them contains 2 or 3 back workouts.
What's the one we always? Is it road dog curls? Am I just completely You don't know what I'm talking about?
No, yeah, I don't know.
Bird dog?
Bird dog rows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what it?
Yep.
Yeah, we fucking do that one loads
a
of
lot,
times.
yeah. Big shoulder and back, which is, I mean, all of your punching frame right there.
Yeah, but I guess going back to the thought of like me thinking people are looking at me at the gym, because I feel like other people think that, because obviously like you've been doing these exercises for fucking ages and you're teaching me how to do them.
Yeah.
So almost every time I do it, you like come over and fix my form. And then do you remember the one where I was like going like this with the bar?
Landmine press.
Yeah, you were like helping me fucking put it up, and I was like, I look like such a fucking pussy bitch.
No, we didn't. I mean, today was tough because it was a banded landmine press, and the one band that we had was way too much resistance. Adds like an extra 15 pounds onto it.
Yeah.
And so we kind of had to jerry rig one together, but it's definitely a workout that you have to engage certain parts of your back and rely on that to get you to a certain point and then use your shoulder. If you just try to muscle it up from down by your hip, it's not going to be too beneficial.
Yeah, so just so we get it on camera, like how am I doing in terms of like all the times we work out? Like
Good.
my progress.
Major improvement, especially with the workouts that we've done a couple times. Or a handful of times. Major improvement. And even with the new ones that we did today, a couple new ones, right? We haven't done the clamshell planks, have we?
Yeah, was that the one we were like just going on and off with like
With the
yeah.
rows? Yeah. Yeah, with that one, I mean, it seems like such a tedious, like, non-challenging workout, but it's one of those ones that you have to use the right form for it to be beneficial and for you to be able to feel the difference of the workout.
No, I was saying to you, it's harder than it looks.
Yeah, especially once you hit like that 20-second mark.
Yeah.
That's when you start to feel it.
Yeah, 'cause for a while I was following like Brady on Instagram, and he posts like loads.
Mm-hmm.
And then before I started doing these exercises with you, or even the stretches, I would see them on his Instagram. And I'm like, bro, I can fucking do that, bro. And then I do it. I'm like, I'm fucking way over my head in these. Bro, they're fucking, like, they're tough, you know?
Yeah, no, and they're abnormal.
Mm.
If fighting's not a sport that relates to much others, I mean, like you can. Baseball players, football players, they're going to be mass leg workouts and, stuff like that. I did hear that.
Oh my God.
I did hear that.
Fucking hell.
But they're just going to be mass leg workouts of heavy squats and heavy lunges, where you go to the MMA side of it and it's split stance, band resisted deadlifts. Like, who does that? Or, I mean, the Belgian squats are pretty normal across the board, but elevated ones, abnormal. It's a lot of maintaining balance and strength while having a split stance.
Yeah, do you know what made me realize how much the bands make a difference?
Hmm.
So, honestly, like, I'm like, yeah, I'm still like definitely a little overweight. I used to be like really overweight, so it doesn't seem like as, you know, um, there's like a big difference, but I still am a bit chubby, but I'm still able to do loads of different things, but still being a bit overweight, like pull-ups, like pulling up my body is
Mhm.
really difficult. And then remember we put the two bands on?
Yeah.
It's crazy how much of a difference it made.
Yeah, just a little bit of momentum, and that just shows you how much uh, pound resistance those things have.
Mm,
But I guess I
yeah.
mean doing the assisted pull-ups, it's more of applied help. But take one of those bands and try to do a landmine press. I mean that yellow band we had didn't look like much of a challenge, but I mean even myself, I was like, this is not happening, and I'm not cutting down more weight. I'm not putting
Yeah.
a 5 pound weight on this bar, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna do this. Then at that point, like you were saying, I feel like people are gonna look at me and they're like, "What is this idiot doing? Like
Oh,
he
dude.
can't even landmine press 50 pounds. What's going on here?"
Speaking of people looking at me, that fucking ginger cunt at the
Dude,
gym.
I can't tell if she's got a thing for you or if she's
Bro.
just like, look at this dude. What is he
So
doing?
because of the type of person you are, there's always at least 10 people where you say to me like, I'd fucking gouge that cunt's eyes out. And I don't really think that, but when I see that ginger cunt,
She
I
boils
think
your
I would
blood.
fucking bash your fucking head into a brick wall.
She boils your blood, man.
Bro, okay, like
She's just nosy.
have you seen like the look on her face?
No, you explained to me
She-
today though. She's very judgmental.
But after I said that, did you look?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
did.
you see it?
When she got up and was leaving, this guy was just doing some shoulder hangs, probably
Yeah.
to just loosen up his back and his shoulders.
Yeah.
And she looked at him like,
She's like,
yeah, she looked at him like he was a monkey hanging upside down.
Actually, that's not how you do it.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Fook off. Like, she's, yeah, and like, when you see people that look like her, it's like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You obviously have some turmoil towards yourself.
Yeah. So that's the only other thing with the podcast is like something we already know between us. You kind of have to like explain it so like a listener can understand.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what happened was this was a month and a half ago.
A minute ago, yeah.
Yeah, so
it was like 2 weeks into you starting to work out with me.
maybe less.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've lost like 20 pounds since I've been back in town. So, and I was still getting used to like all these fucking crazy exercises. So, I was fucking dead. Like fucking dead. It was like one of the last things we were doing, and it was one of the with the bar. You fucking explode
Landmine
up.
press.
Yeah, landmine press. So I was trying to do it, and she comes up to me and was like, "Hey, I've been watching you, and like, you should really lower the weight."
That's where the red flag immediately popped. Is she started off the sentence of, "I've been watching you for a little bit,
Yeah.
and I think you should change this." Why have you been watching me? Aren't you
Yeah.
at the gym to do something for yourself?
Yeah, and dude, okay, like I'm at the same time like yes, I do agree. I was struggling a bit. I could have lowered the weight, but dude, there's like fucking like people do that like a lot.
Yeah.
With like telling you to lower the weight, focus on technique or just the right form, and then it's like people are like, "Hey, bro, I've been watching you. Like, you want to do it like this, but like, but you got it. You're good, bro." And then like, it's just like a
When there's a difference too, like if it was your first workout we're doing, and you were struggling that hard, yeah, I'd encourage you to change the weight more. But like you said, you were dragging balls at the end of the workout,
yeah.
and at that point, I might as well assist you to push that weight to try to push yourself even harder, even though it's not going to be fully on your own and to your liking. You're still doing the most that you can.
Yeah, so my main point is it's not what she did, it's how it's not what she said, it's how she said it. She was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, your other friend, he comes here a lot, but you might want to lower the weight." Just looking at me like I'm a fucking like helpless little puppy dog.
Yeah.
Fucking like she found in like
Hold on. This might
in
be
a
the
rut.
first time you've had a phone call in the pod. Hello.
It's actually not.
Why?
So I gotta keep this going. So
Really?
basically, Jaden, Jaden's girl calls him a lot.
Okay.
She's just like, "Oh hey, I'm at work. I'm bored."
Alrighty.
And then me. Oh fuck! I just realized
Bye.
she might watch this.
Dude, she's definitely gonna watch
Oh,
this.
fucking, for fuck's sake.
God damn it. She said that there's a car pulled over on the freeway with 8 cop cars surrounding it.
Really?
Yeah, she told me to turn my police scanner on. Don't ask why I have a police scanner.
Oh, she's headed home now.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she said. You said she gets off.
No,
at
she
11:30.
left early. She wasn't feeling good.
Oh, okay. Babe, the Zips that's 24 hours is closed. Anyways, I'll see you later.
No, I mean, yeah.
I'm
That's
just
how it
I'm
goes.
just joking.
That's how
I'm
it
just
goes.
jo- I'm
but
just joking. I'm a comedian.
I mean,
This is what I do.
I can't complain. I'd rather have somebody who wants to talk to me all the time because they care and, actually care for me instead of somebody who, "Oh, why are you calling me again?" Or just has no common interest or
Yeah.
no interest in even sharing stuff with me.
Yeah, and I'm just joking.
Oh, of course. She knows you're joking.
Yeah.
I had to explain to her, like, hey, so, I mean, me personally, I haven't seen Matt in a couple years, but
yeah.
I'll let you know right now, dude's a huge smartass. It's about 30% of the time you can take him seriously. The other
Yeah.
70, he will bullshit you in a joking manner, straight-faced, will not break character.
Well, dude, it's just like how I'm wired.
No, yeah,
You know what I
you
mean?
are wired to be a comedian.
It's also just like a lot of Irish people are kind of like that in general.
Big sarcasm.
Or just funny people, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking like I do miss Ireland. But also going back to like that point, like fucking, I kind of feel the same about like living alone versus living with people.
Mm-hmm.
Like living with people, like obviously, sometimes it gets annoying. You want your own space, and like you don't always want to have to talk to someone. You just want to like shut off. But at the same time, it's like if there's times that you're feeling like shit, you don't want to be like alone and feel like you don't have anyone around you.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And usually that's when you can really get into your head and make some irrational, stupid decisions.
Bro, that has been the biggest change for me because I went from like living with like my family. I went from living alone to living with my family again, then living alone. And
not only alone, they moved countries.
yeah, my parents live in Ireland, and my sister and brother-in-law are gonna move there in July.
I still struggle with the fact that he's gonna move to Ireland. Just based off of what you've explained to me of the type of person he is, I don't know if he can survive.
I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah. I mean, it's just tough, 'cause I've done it too.
Yeah,
'Cause I've done it, but
those are your people, though.
yeah. So I don't
mean,
know.
you're Matt the Yank, dude.
I am indeed, bro. Oh my god, dude. I just wish I could go over to Ireland right now and get blacked out at a pub and have them play my song. And I haven't shown you. I have videos of me dancing, and 30 people are like, "Everybody dance, ooh, Matt the Yank, Matt the
Dude,
Yank."
So
And I'm doing like the most retarded dance moves ever.
you're feeling yourself.
I'm like
though.
16 Guinness deep, bro.
You're feeling yourself.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing wrong with that, though. I mean, we've all been there. But then again, you're a big dork in the moment. But then
Yeah.
now you're thinking back on it and you're like, damn, I'm a legend over
No, I am a legend. Let's just keep it 100.
there. A weapon.
No, I love Ireland. Do you know what's crazy? I have more friends in Ireland than I have here. Like significantly. In Ireland, I have like 20 to 30 friends. And then here in the States, here and Seattle combined, I have way more friends in Ireland. So then because of that, I tell my family that, they'd be like, "Okay, so why don't you just move back to Ireland?" And at the same time, like, I don't have a car there. I live in the countryside. Because if you live in the countryside, you need a car
Yeah.
to be able to go places.
Go anywhere.
Because, bro, fucking, we just, so I'd be living, like, my parents built like a pretty big house. So I would have like my own space and like be able to live like rent free and stuff. But like we live in this, I don't think anyone's gonna watch this. We live in this fucking shite little town called Killybegs. It's just, it's the most like shite little fucking town ever. It's only well known because this one guy that grew up with my mom became like a super famous footballer and became the captain of the Irish team. That's the only reason they're known for anything. But besides that, it's where dreams go to die. You ever been in a small town? Like people that have the small town mentality and they don't like outsiders.
I lived there. I lived in a small town, Walla Walla, and
Yeah.
the only people that they would accept that were outsiders were athletes, but only the sports who were good. Like you're mentioning, because they bring a name to the city. Anything else, they'd almost deny you business.
Yeah.
Like I would have to walk around town with something on that says Walla Walla baseball, just to be like
Yeah.
not glared at or turned away.
Otherwise, like, get out of here, loser.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just looked it up. The population, Killybegs, is the little town my mom's from. The population is 1,200.
Look up Walla Walla. I bet you it's upward of 10 probably, but still very it's a
10,000?
yeah. Yeah, there's enough people.
33,000.
Yeah, see. Well, and I mean that's where the state pen is located too.
Yeah.
See, but 33,000 seems like a ton because I was there for a year, and I swear to you, I would see the same group of people
Yeah.
at least 3 times a week. Like it was unreal.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So just going back to it, so you know what it's like to be in a small town.
Yeah, 100%. I couldn't do it, and not like Spokane's a massive city, but we have a downtown with big buildings, and I mean there's the east side of Spokane, there's the north side, the South
Yeah.
Hill, Cheney Airway Heights. Not that there's a lot to do out there, but it's like you have a variety of where you can go and travel.
Hi, Kate.
What up, Kate? She ain't even in the camera frame. She's nervous.
Guys, my friend's side huz walked into the apartment, and side huz. Huz is like a Gen Z term for like. Alright, I don't want to say anything too disrespectful, so I'm gonna just cut it right there. How was work?
Because
'Cause it
Sugar
looks-
Sean and Tim Welch
It looks
do it.
fucking awesome.
Why not? I made one of those Vietnamese little faux bowls. Gross.
Ugh.
Edit that shit out.
I've had to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, I've.
No, I don't cut.
I mean, whatever my editor wants to keep in and leave out, I don't know. I've done that before.
What?
Thrown up in my. Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
100%. Remember last week at the gym?
Oh, wait, when you felt sick in the sauna?
Yeah, dude. When we were leaving and the window started closing in, I yacked right there in my mouth. Got out, made a game time decision. And
Really?
peeked in the steam room. Saw nobody was there. Let it spew real quick. And then
Dude,
I knew
imagine
I was gonna have to
yakking in the sauna, how bad it would fucking smell. Oh my
Dude,
god.
rancid. What's up? Come say hi.
Yeah, come say hi. You too afraid? Pussy.
There's gonna be like 3 people who watch this, and it's gonna be me, you, and Coleman.
Yeah. You looking for something? I mean, don't feel. It's literally your apartment, so do whatever you want to do.
What are you doing? It's me.
If you need to go back here, go back here. Oh, it's in my fucking
Matt's hand. You gotta walk across the camera frame to get it. Say hi.
Yeah, that is Yeah. I need my own podcast studio, honestly. It's more
Yeah,
just,
right now the Doe Show's kind of mobile.
it's more 'cause I don't fucking my only two friends are like young dads, so they're like, oh, I can, but we gotta do it in my house 'cause gotta look after the baby, and I'm like, all right, bro, fuck.
Yeah. In the summer, it will be a lot better 'cause Kate and I are both going to be working day schedules right now. She's kind of
Oh, really?
shit out of luck with working nights, but yeah, she gets to switch to days in the summer.
Who would watch the baby?
Huh?
Who would watch the baby?
Who will?
Yeah,
My
sure.
mom. My mom's a teacher, so she doesn't work in the summer.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
that's
actually
sick.
it's actually really clutch because
That is clutch.
I do not want to put Ember in childcare. I mean,
yeah.
I've heard a lot of bad things about childcare. I've heard a lot of good things,
Yeah.
but it's so fucking expensive, dude.
Oh, I bet.
So
Shit.
expensive.
Yeah. Fuck. I mean, there's a lot of Mexicans that have kids that can't afford it. Fuck, sorry. Was that offensive? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're like an eighth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as much, but
Can we go back to the throwing up in the mouth? 'Cause that reminded me of this thing that happened to me one time. So I was in Seattle playing JUCO. I used to play soccer in college, just playing JUCO.
where'd you go?
It's called Highline
Hmm.
in Federal Way.
Mm.
Ghetto as fuck.
Yeah, I've never heard of him. I went on a visit to Shoreline.
Mm. Yeah, that's not too
and
far.
Everett CC.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, no, that's not too far. So basically, like, we became friends with like these wrestler guys, and they were really chill. So we went to like this little apartment that they had right near the campus, and I was just like drinking my ass off, and I got so drunk. So I was like this on the couch. So I was like this on the couch. I was like, and I threw up in my mouth, and they were like, "Oh, you're good, bro. Just go outside." I don't know why, but my legs wouldn't work. so I with my mouth full of throw up, I was like, and I was pointing to like an empty case of like a 24 rack or something, and I was like,
You thought the cardboard box was gonna help you?
I don't fucking know. I was blacked off my fucking ass, dude. And I was like passing them down. They were like, what? Bro, just go outside. And I was like, and then bro, after 30 seconds, I was like,
Right on the floor.
yeah, I was like,
Now that's a game time decision.
and they were like, dude. I was like, bro, my legs couldn't work. I mean, they're fine now, but for some reason they couldn't. They couldn't. Dude, it was
you
the
yak and you're like, all of a sudden
Bro,
I'm great.
And bro, I was sitting on the guy. There were like 5 guys packed into a 3-bedroom apartment. So one of them slept on an air mattress in the living room, and I threw up on his air mattress.
Oh my
And I was like, dude, I'm so fucking sorry. And he was like, don't even worry about it, man. You're just trying to be a nice
in
guy.
his head he was fuming.
He was thinking like, I just want to lay this cunt the fuck out.
Yeah.
And he was a wrestler, so he could have easily taken me down.
Yeah,
and-
you would have gotten thrown for 5.
yeah.
Not a good time getting thrown for 5.
Yeah, so that was weird. Fucking that. I felt so bad. I felt like such a dick.
major party foul.
Yeah. So
The worst is when you have to puke, but you got a long ways to go to get to where you can puke.
dude. Yeah, like your friends are like, bro, just hold on. You
Yeah.
can let it fly in about 2 minutes. And like, all right,
2 minutes ain't
all right,
happening,
I
brother.
fucking hope so.
Yeah. Or like, I went to high school with a girl whose parents were like super cool with us partying as long as we were at their house, and
Okay.
like the mom would breathalyze people.
What?
Yeah, I mean, because if you think about it, it's on her.
Okay, that does make sense.
At that point,
it just
of
seems
who drives and kills somebody or themselves, like. But she was super cool. Like they were the cool parents. Like everybody loved
the
them.
thought of her
Hours.
standing like by the door like a bouncer, like, hang on.
No, dude, she was
Blow
in there
into this.
partying with everybody.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that's
when she heard the door open, when she heard the shop door open, because they had a massive shop, dude, like 30-foot ceilings. It could fit like 3 RVs.
Is it
in
like
there.
Gabe's? Do you remember Gabe's?
Bigger than Gabe's shop? Dude.
Oh, really?
Way
'Cause
bigger.
Gabe's was huge.
Way bigger than Gabe's, and the door didn't creak, but it made like like the weather seal on it, you could hear it rub on the concrete floor.
Yeah.
So when she heard it, she'd set her drink down, pop out the pocket breathalyzer, and she's like, come over here. And there was a time when I was in their shop and I had to puke, and I'm all the way in the opposite corner of where the door is, and I got to maneuver my way around an RV, some four-wheelers, like 45 other people. It was, and then of course when you walk out there, you can't puke right outside the door. It's like a nice landscaped area. Their pool was right there, so I had to make my way around the shop. It, not a good time.
Oh, did anyone throw up in the pool?
Nah, I couldn't do that.
I would absolutely be that guy.
Her father would make me get in the pool and skim it out.
Oh, I'd be like, I don't know who did it. I think it was that guy. I don't know. And I just pointed Cody. I'm like, it was definitely him.
Poor Kodak. You're not the only victim. I've done that
I've
too.
done that. I've done that to my own car.
I did. Yeah, you did.
We talked about it at the gym.
Coleman was driving your Prius. Yeah, back to the Prius days. Yeah, he drove a Prius.
Okay, it was my. So, we talked about this before, but my dad's like, you know, like super woke, liberal, vegan.
Leftist.
So like those type of people drive Priuses. So he had a Prius, then him and my mom got a new car together, and they gave me the Prius as a gift. And I was like, I mean, all right,
Can't complain about a free car.
I mean, I'll take it, but fucking
Yeah.
I'm not happy about it.
Should have upgraded that shit right away.
Yeah, so fucking like we talked about this at the gym. I don't know why we brought this up. It was like randomly during like the start of the workout, but yeah, fucking I was drinking fucking Four Locos, and then Coleman drove my car, and then I was puking on the side. And then I was such a fucking like idiot. The next day I was like, oh dude, someone threw up all over my car. Fucking asshole. I'm gonna find whoever did it, bro. And then little did I know, when I was looking in the mirror of the car door, I was looking at the culprit, bro.
Looking in the window like, I'll get you.
Yeah,
I'll get you one day.
Oh my god. Speaking of, I just used your shower for the first time.
Uh-huh.
There's a seat in there.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because I'd assume that it's for elderly people, but there's no like grab handle.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, it's too nice. Like I wouldn't want that for myself. Because I know exactly what I'd be doing in there.
Sit down. Yeah.
But I'm the type of idiot to get like do that black out in my shower, and then I'm like, that's so weird. The water bill went up like fucking 300%.
I mean, at least you could bank on the cold water waking you up.
Jeez, yeah.
That'd be a rude awakening, though. You wake up blacked.
Oh my
god.
God.
Freezing cold water. You're definitely slipping and taking out that glass door.
I'm just picturing what that would be like.
Miserable.
You like black out for a second in the shower, and you wake up just getting fucking blasted with cold water. Dude.
I was in college, and I woke up. I felt like I was more drunk than I was the night before, and I had to. It was winter break, so I had to drive home. Well, I didn't have to, but I was ready to get the fuck out of town. I already finished all my finals and everything, and I got in the shower, and then I started. You know how like when the water gets too hot and you don't feel good, it makes things 10 times worse. I sat down, and I ended up passing out.
Jesus.
Like, just leaned up against the shower, and the cold water woke me up.
Dude.
And I jumped up to get out, and my foot, like, just went right through the shower curtain, ripped the whole pole off.
Oh, my God.
My roommate ran in there thinking I fucking died. No, it was a bad. And then I had to drive back to Spokane, still fucked up.
Oh, my God, dude.
Not my proudest moment.
That's something me and Coleman talked about on our episode. How we used to drink and drive.
So much.
Yeah, I'm
so
definitely not proud of doing that.
No, but we can say we are probably top 5 of all time best drunk drivers.
I mean, yeah, I just don't like admitting it on camera, but yeah.
Fuck it, what can they do? Prove it.
I mean, it doesn't. I guess, yeah. I mean, like, that's when I know I'm going off the edge, is when I drink and drive.
And we weren't going like down the road to the gas station. We were like, oh, let's drive out to Liberty Lake through the backside of the woods
Yeah, right.
and climb down a hill to the cliffs and jump off of them.
Dude, you want to know the worst one I ever did?
I know where this is going.
Wait, do you actually?
The pontoon?
Oh, fuck. Dude, I hate fucking there's things I don't mind telling you, but whenever fucking Kate hears it,
I think I've told her.
I don't know if you know this one.
Me?
Oh, no, I think I did tell you
No,
guys.
I told her about we were all at Coleman's house. Yeah, it's well he
yes, that.
we were at
But
Coleman's.
that's not what I was going to say.
We were at Coleman's hanging out, doing watching YouTube like we did every
This isn't even
night.
what I was going to say, but yeah.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
No, it was about I drove drunk from Seattle to Spokane.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Okay, fucking who am I kidding? I fucking like 17 subscribers, as if I have this huge platform.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, even despite that, I'm not condoning this at all. I feel like I felt great shame for doing this, but it is like funny how fucked it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so
No, it's one of those things you think about. You're like, how? Why?
yeah, I mean, with me, there's fucking hundreds of those stories, bro. Fucking, yeah, I used to be such a fucking degenerate. Okay, so basically, like, there's no international flights in Spokane. So
Got to go to Seattle. For
yeah,
it.
so I was living in Spokane, and my parents were like, "Let's go to Ireland. We haven't been in fucking ages. We hadn't been in like 5-6 years." So I went out to Seattle. Went to Ireland, came back. Then I was in Seattle, and then I had to I was leaving to Spokane. So it was 2 p.m. and I was like, "Oh, I should drive back." And I was like, "Oh, you know what, dude? You know when you have a big drive and you're just putting it off? You're like, oh, I just don't want to do it." So I went to Applebee's.
Oh.
So I went to Applebee's, and I fucking like had a few fucking cocktails, fucking
The $2 margs, huh?
yeah, some food, and it was over the summer, so it was over the summer, so it didn't get dark till like 10. So I was kind of just reminiscing, going to different spots, and then dude, it got to like midnight or 1 a.m, and then I was like, oh, I gotta drive back, dude. I don't want to fucking pay for a hotel, and I'm not gonna
No.
go back to my parents drunk. Like,
Don't want to drive at night either.
I got too drunk. Can I stay here and drive back in the morning?
Yeah.
Like, that's pathetic.
Your mom smack you upside
I was like,
the
I'm gonna
head.
man up and fucking drunk drive all
I
the
don't
way
know if
across the
man
state.
up was the term that you should have used.
Dude, whatever, bro. Fucking okay. So, yeah, I already had like a couple cocktails, and I was feeling okay, but the cocktails, like, this is one of those periods where, like, if you have a couple drinks, you just want to drink more.
Yeah, you
Like,
get to that point where
no
you're
matter
like,
what.
this is awesome.
Yeah, and it's like I don't want this feeling to go away. It's so fucking.
Ride out the
So
buzz.
so I bought, and I just go back from Ireland, so my tolerance was very high. So I fucking bought a 24 rack of Coors Light, and I just put it in the passenger seat of my car, and I have you ever listened to the Joe Rogan episodes where it's called "Protect Our Parks"? And it's
100%.
yeah, they're like 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
Some of them are 5, and dude, like Shane alone drinks like 17 fucking Bud Lights on the episodes. So I was driving from Seattle to Spokane, and I was like trying to keep up with Shane.
Oh my god.
So fucking.
You got to keep in mind he's like 6'3", 250.
I know. I'm a fucking idiot, bro. I don't know what I was thinking, bro. So fucking. You know, like the bridge is like the halfway point in between the states. When I
Uh-huh.
got to that point, I was like 12 deep. So I had 2 Long Islands and 12 Bud Lights, and it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I was just driving all the way across the state, just fucked off my ass.
Beautiful time for State Patrol to get your ass.
Oh, dude. I don't know. I genuinely don't know how I've done this much stupid shit and nothing's happened. But, so yeah, I had to pull over to piss every fucking 15 minutes, dude. So what should have been a 4-hour drive took like fucking 7-8 hours.
What blows me away is you got like 6 trespassing charges.
I don't know. I just get it weird. I'm like a little kid that's like fucking like.
Like
"Oh,
out of all things, trespassing charges is what you got a phone book of.
yeah, yeah, right. I have like 6 charges. I don't know. I'm like a little kid where I'm like says do not enter. Oh, I want to go inside there.
Yeah,
I'm like
yeah,
a
yeah.
little kid that I don't know. But basically, so I finished the 24 rack like before I got to Spokane.
Oh my god.
And fucking and I just left Ireland, so I like missed all my friends from Ireland, and it was like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning here. It was like noon, 1 p.m. over there. So I was calling them. They're like, right, Matt, what's happening? Like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm driving drunk across Washington State. They were like, I'd strongly advise against doing that. But it sounds like you're already doing it, so fucking best of luck to you.
Yeah.
And then I
Hope
was like,
you make it to the other side, lad.
and I was like, cheers, lads, thanks, I'm gonna need it. And then so I get to Spokane right at sunrise, and it's the most beautiful sunrise ever.
We do have some pretty gnarly like sunsets and sunrises that
Mhm.
look really, I mean, not just with like, I don't know what it is, but our downtown skyline looks really
Oh,
good with it.
dude,
But
I know.
we have so much nature around us.
I know.
Every direction is just trees and forests.
Just not just Spokane, just Washington.
Yeah, I mean, the central part of the state's kind of shite.
Yeah, it is shite.
Just a bunch of rolling hills and Mexicans, but
Yeah. Yeah. I don't care for that racism, but I guess I'll continue with my story. So you know when you're coming down the hill and you see the downtown in the distance.
Yep.
So I saw in the distance, and it was like, dude, at this point I was fucked off my tits, bro. I fucked, dude, like 2 Long Islands and 24 Bud Lights. I like it is like funny, I guess, but I just look back at it and I'm like, dude, what the fuck, man?
it's impressive.
It's
It's
yeah,
kind
I
of
guess.
impressive.
Yeah, so fucking unfortunately you don't get a medal for doing something like that. Though.
Do you ever wonder, like, thinking back, like the story you're talking about, like, what would my blood alcohol level be?
I don't know, like 8.
8.0?
Yeah,
You'd be dead.
I'm built different, bro. I don't know. Okay, so basically this is a kind of this is pretty much the end of the story, but it's a funny way to wrap it up. So I pull over in downtown just 'cause I need like a break. For some reason I was able to drive for 4 hours, but the last 15 minutes to get from downtown to the valley, I was like, I can't fucking do it, bro. I gotta pull over for a second. So I pull over and park right at Riverfront Park, and I go out to like the little bridge, and I'm just like admiring the sunset. Oh, okay, I didn't drink 24. I think I drank 22 and had like 2 left. So I was like, I'll fucking finish these while watching the sunset. So fucking
Public intoxication, even better.
yeah, right. Fucking clear as
Open
day.
container.
Clear, dude. There could have been a cop standing where you are, and I wouldn't have fucking realized he
Hey,
was
buddy,
standing
you
there.
want one?
Whoa, where'd you come from?
Yeah.
He's standing there the whole fucking time. So basically, I'm standing on, it was some bridge. I don't know. I don't remember.
Is it over by the clock tower?
Yeah.
No, Monroe is like a driving bridge. He's talking about like where the river goes between the like big grass field and the carousel. Those little wooden bridges that get you over the
Yep.
river.
Yeah.
Like where we did our walk.
So I was sitting there, and bro, you know those homeless people that just walk around with speakers?
Yeah.
So this guy was walking around, had a fat fucking speaker in his backpack, and he was playing the song "Cole" by Tyler Childers. You know that song?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was blasting that song, and then he sat down. He was like, "How's it going?" I was like, "Good, you?" And he was like, "Good." And I was like, "You want a beer?" And he was like, "Yeah." So I shared the last 2 beers, like,
With some homo.
yeah, and he was playing that song, and I was like, "Oh, this song's pretty good." And then I fucking just puked everywhere into the Spokane River, and then he was like, "Let it out, brother." and then I was like, "Thanks." And I was like, "This is weirdly like kind of beautiful right now. This scene, fucking like sharing a beer with a homeless guy at sunrise."
You probably made his week.
Yeah. So then fucking like all homeless people, could I get a ride somewhere?
Oh yeah, dude. In the morning they start peeling out of bushes,
Yeah.
cracks and holes in the wall. You're like, where did you even come from, dude?
Yeah. So like all homeless people. He's like, "Can I get a ride?" I'm like, "Fucking hop in." So fucking I drove him back to his halfway house down the road.
Oh my god.
And then I
So wait, let me get this straight.
yeah.
You gave a dude who's in a halfway house who gets drug and alcohol tested a beer, and you drove there drunk off your ass and dropped him off.
Yeah.
That's the icing on the cake. that really put all of it just right over the top.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I thought I've done some outlandish shit, but you
Yeah.
definitely topped me.
Mm-hmm. Oh. I've been timing it on my phone. We've been going for fucking 46 minutes.
Damn, that flies by.
I know, right?
Now I see how you and Coleman just cranked out 2
Yeah,
hours like nothing.
And it was late too. We finished at like 2:30.
Yeah, when
3
you
in the
sent
morning.
it to me, I was sitting there with Kate while she was doing her homework. I was like, "Oh, Matt sent me the podcast."
Yeah.
I was like, "Jesus Christ, it's 2 hours long. I can't watch all this tonight."
Yeah.
But the first 30 minutes that I
Yeah.
watched were good.
Good.
Yeah, they were they were solid.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny just 'cause you and Coleman are just so opposite, dude.
Opposite, but enough alike to where we get along.
Yeah.
And I mean, we do have stuff in common too. I feel like what made our group that we had 4 years ago, like me, you, and Coleman, what made it so easy for us to hang out every day and do shit was like we could take interest into other people's hobbies and ideas. Like Coleman got us on skateboards, bro.
Barely.
Coleman convinced me and hyped me up enough. He's like, "Yeah, you can mob down Legacy Ridge." Bro. Why did I ever think that was a good idea?
that was bad, bro.
That was horrible. I had you driving my car.
You tried to play it off like it didn't hurt.
Well, no.
Absolutely.
No, dude, I
did.
had to play it off as in get the fuck up because there was a car coming down the road and
really?
I'm laying there flat out in the middle of the road.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Wind knocked out of me.
Yeah.
Road rash all up my arm. I hit and slid so far I burned holes through my shirt.
Jesus.
I had you driving my
Sorry, did you want to say something?
Yeah. Was he the one you were telling me about when you had your Jeep? He would get drunk and he would just like pass out in the passenger seat of your red Jeep.
No, he wouldn't pass out, but he went like dead limp noodle. Like, you know the pond behind Valley Real Life?
Yeah.
There used to not be a road there. It was dirt. And so we would drive out there and hit golf balls into the pond. And I forget, Coleman was probably with Ava or something. And so Matt and I were like, you know what? We're going to go do that. We're going to go hit golf balls. And we got some beer. And Matt got fucked up somehow. Like, I don't know how, because either you were drinking before I got to you,
Probably.
or I don't know what it was, but he was puking while we were playing golf. And then when we were leaving, I got a video of him, like, just complete ragdolling around the car. Didn't spill a drop of his beer. Had that fucker right here the entire time, just bouncing his head off his own chest, like, hit the side of the door. You can keep in mind I was being an absolute asshole and hitting every bump that I could, but no, it was fun.
I just picture what would, because obviously you would say these stories to Kate before she knew me. Like, imagine what Kate's idea in her head was of
Well,
me.
I had to explain to her like all those stories, but then I'm like, but I don't know if he's still like that. I haven't seen him in 3 years, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but also if you think about it, I didn't have any opinion on you because I was like the first time you met me, I was shit faced and don't even remember that night. So
Me?
yes.
yeah. I
When's
remember
the first time
you picked me up at her birthday party?
I don't actually remember you at all.
The only thing I remember you saying was, "That's your Jeep? I like your Jeep. That thing's sick."
I was actually coked off my fucking nutsack that night, so I don't even remember to be
Off
honest.
your nutsack.
Yeah, that was the last time I did coke.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. So that whole party was for you. Was that your house?
No.
Oh. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. That was the last time I did coke. I was never, dude. I mean, obviously coke is fucking awesome, but it's so fleeting.
Yeah. It's a gateway, not even to anything else. It's just a gateway to a deep dark hole.
It's sort of like this. It's like nice for like 30 seconds, and you're like, gotta do it again. Gotta
Yeah.
do it again.
Yeah.
Gotta do it again.
Never did I think in high school, hitting my buddy's vape, that I would be vaping 6 years later, 7 years later.
Bro, there's times I'm at. You know what the thing about being sober is? I just always feel like I need to be. If I'm not doing this, or fucking, I don't know, even like on my phone, like scrolling, I feel like I need to be stimulated by something. Sometimes I'm like sober, I'm like, what the fuck do I even do, bro?
Yeah,
Just
no.
stand here,
No, I feel you. Take
Yeah.
up a hobby like paint or something.
paint?
Yeah, why not?
Gee, I'd paint like the most.
Fuck it. I mean, I bet you could come up with some cool ideas.
Yeah, I would paint some weird shit.
Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it, I might.
Actually, one of the coolest memories I have from college, we all took mushrooms.
Mm.
Me and my 6 roommates. We had some other people over too. There's probably 10 of us. We all took mushrooms and just put on some music videos, just rolling for 4, 5, 6 hours, and we all sat on the floor and made paintings.
I know the perfect music video to watch if you're tripping. You know the ASAP Rocky one where
LSD.
kids turned out fine and then it
That one's good.
turns into changes?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Changes is such a good music video.
well, that music video, it's both those songs.
Yeah.
But the transition, he puts in LSD and he like falls in the meadow field. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Watch that at Coleman's apartment like 1,000 times.
Yeah, we watched every music video at Coleman's 1,000. Remember when we were trying to figure out the song Crew? I don't know who sings it.
It's like Brent Fayez,
Yeah,
Goldlink
we
or
couldn't
something.
think of the name, and we sat there for an hour and a half scrolling through the recents on his YouTube trying to find it. And then Coleman out of nowhere is like, "Oh, it's Crew." I'm like, "Why didn't you tell
No,
us that 2 hours
That's
ago?"
I love that song,
No,
bro.
so good.
That song
so
is awesome.
good. That song reminds me of hiking U High JP.
It's funny because they're all just like on a playground.
Yeah, just in the hood.
Yeah.
They're in the hood, dude.
Fucking,
Too much background noise.
people do that on podcasts? Listen to music?
I don't know.
Like just very quietly, like just have it playing in the background so you can still hear it a little bit over the video, but not like over.
I've never ever
Like some
thought to do
elevator
that.
music, just a little background tunage. No, we're good.
Yes, please. Nope.
How good are your editing skills?
Not that
Can you
good.
change the pitch on the tone?
Yeah, I work magic, not miracles. Oh, fuck. I thought you were just giving me an air high five. I was like, okay. What am I, your kid or something?
God damn.
I honestly thought you were gonna throw me a light, to be honest with you.
What if I just fucking overhand? Just
Get
fucking.
it out of here.
Yeah. Fuck.
Jesus.
See, you know.
Did you know that Jaden's gonna have another kid?
Oh, yeah. I got.
You said you would talk about this.
Hey, Matt, do you want to be an uncle to a kid?
Yeah, we're gonna adopt him from Dagestan.
No, I'm trying to get pregnant.
We're gonna adopt him from Dagestan.
That's funny. Do you know what's a great joke I always hear people say about that? When
What?
couples are like, "Oh, we're trying to get pregnant." It's like,
What?
oh, okay, so you guys are just raw dogging.
Yeah.
You guys
Oh,
are.
so you don't give a fuck.
So you're just
what
cream
happens. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Hey, so we're actually cream pine. No, for
Go ahead and
fuck's
Google.
sake.
Go ahead and Google
Go to
search.
Urban Dictionary and search cream pie. No, she's actually gonna do it.
Oh
Fuck.
Christ.
You're just gonna hear. You're just gonna hear. Ew! What the fuck?
Hey, she's sleeping, dude. You wake her up, you're dealing with her.
Hey Siri.
Oh, it continues to yell.
Also, I gave the context too. How does she not?
No idea.
Like coming?
I mean, yeah. Fucking.
Yeah.
How else would you have a baby? Fucking
part of it.
artificial insemination.
We're not having that conversation. We're just gonna stop there.
Yeah, if you're not in camera frame, you're limited to discussion questions.
Bro, I feel like I'm being so annoying every time I ask you to hit your vape.
No, go for it.
Fucking. In my head, I'm like, Matt, don't. And I'm like, can I
Don't
hear your
give a
vape?
fuck.
Yeah.
If I cared that much, I'd tell you no, Matt.
Yeah. Really?
I'm quitting as she comes in here, and the first thing she looked for was my vape. Kate doesn't use words
Really?
either when she's looking for it. She'll just start patting me down like a fucking narc.
Well, I actually remember having to. I remember I used to be a waiter, like a bag one too.
You told me.
A waiter.
You told me that you got
In hi-
fired from that job.
No, I quit.
Oh, quit. That was one that you just left.
Yeah, no. I just you saying like wanting to hit the vape and you left work because you didn't feel good. It reminds me like I was a waiter at a retirement home. There was a retirement home right behind my high school, and every kid at my high school worked there. So my parents agreed to buy me a car if I got a job. So this girl I was friends with was like, "Oh, just get a job here." I just got a job here, so I was like, "All right." So during my break, I went out with her to her car. You remember in high school, kids would vape. They'd have like these giant mods
Box mods.
where you have to fucking like
fill the tank.
you have to
and
do
shit.
crazy amount of maintenance,
Yeah.
as if like you're working at AutoZone or some shit. And you're like
Yeah.
fucking, hang on, let me bzz, bzz, and then they fucking put juice on the fucking cotton.
Oh, dude, she had one with coils, so like she
Yeah,
had to
yeah.
drip her own juice.
Her?
The RDAs. No, I'm talking about your friend.
Oh,
Like she couldn't just fill up a tank.
Yeah.
Those RDAs were fucking nuts. Kids would sit there and spin their own coils, feed the cotton through it. I went to high school with a kid who ran a juice business.
Oh, that's sick.
Oh yeah, dude. He somehow that fucker had all 3 lunches, so he'd be
Really?
in his car.
No, he didn't.
All 3 lunches he'd be out in his car.
No, he would just go. He would just go to all 3 lunch. He wouldn't have like.
Well, he wouldn't be in the school.
Yeah.
We had 2 parking lots, a upper and a lower,
Yeah.
and he'd park in the lower lot, facing the tennis courts. It's the farthest away from the school. And you
Uh-huh.
just go up to his. You would let him know that you're coming. You
Yeah.
go up. He'll tell you to get in the back seat. Pull out a fucking shoe box, and he had his own labels and everything.
Yeah, but basically like, so I was hitting this girl's vape. You ever just get Nick sick?
Yeah.
I just got Nick's like, it's one of the worst feelings. I'd rather be like blacked out, the whole world spinning than Nick sick, honestly. So this was during my break, and I was saying to her like, I cannot go back inside. I feel like shit. So I drove home, and I had to like pull over and puke my fucking guts out, and that's the whole story pretty much. Nothing too exciting, but
Yeah, Nick 6 is not good. I've never puked from it, but it's definitely a different type of gross.
yeah, dude, fucking when I met you and first started hanging out with you, you were big into like you'd always have your rig, and we'd take dabs.
No, that was Coleman's.
Oh, I thought it was yours. Oh, you
Mm.
just always had the oil,
Yeah.
dude. Coleman still has the fucking like capsule of all the empty.
No, he does.
Yes, he does.
From the bank.
Yes,
That bank capsule that
dude.
we found.
When we did the podcast right before we started filming, he was like, "Bro, guess what? I still have."
No fucking
He
way.
still has it, bro.
Dude, that's gotta have like 50 slicks in it.
Bro, oh my god.
And the thing is, that wasn't even all that we got, because 90% of the time we just got it from Tommy, and he had that shit on parchment paper.
Yeah.
That's insane that he held on to that for this long.
Yeah.
Remember the trap sack?
Oh yeah. Wait, wasn't it a Crown
It was
Royale
my
bag?
backpack. Yeah, it was my backpack, and then I had the crown bag, and it had like holes burned through it and shit from the.
Yeah.
Remember the nectar collector?
Yes.
That little green rubber piece.
Yes. Dude. But I just remember doing dabs out of a rig. I'd feel like my head was gonna explode.
Really?
Dude.
You remember when we hiked U-High JP, and we brought
At night?
like Taco Bell and fucking
At night, right?
yep,
Yeah.
alcohol, weed. We brought the rig. We get all the way to the top, set up the chairs. We even brought chairs to sit in, bro.
Bro, that's a long hike too, dude.
We set up the chairs, and Colin and I look at each other and go, "Hey, can I see the water?" I thought you grabbed the water.
Dude,
No, you have the
I
water.
fucking
So then we put Baja Blast in the fucking rig to take
Dude.
dabs.
Jesus.
He's like, you know what?
Dude.
I'm gonna have to clean this thing. Never cleaned it.
Bro, that is the worst. I remember me and Jacob hiked U-High JP, and we're like nearly at the top, and we left, like we bought a bunch of pre-rolls, and I'm like, "You got the pre-rolls?" He's like, "I thought you brought them, dude."
Oh, dude,
Bro,
that's like a 1.5 mile hike.
bro, I wanted to cry.
Yeah.
Dude,
And part of that hike is like straight up, and it's only the only reason why the trail is there is because of the water runoff.
yeah, it's a great hike though.
It is nice. It is nice, but you can't go when it's too hot, dude. If you go when it's too hot, it's miserable sometimes.
Yeah, dude, so like there was one summer right before I moved back to Seattle where I was just hiking a bunch by myself. So I did UHJP by myself, and I was doing it from memory from when Jacob showed me how to get to the top. So
There's
fucking
2 different routes.
I know, I took I guess
Whatever
the
one
main
his-
route, I don't know.
Whatever one his brain decided to show you.
I don't know. Fucking so I get to the top. It was fucking beautiful. It was fucking insane. And fucking so you know how you get to the top, then you like kind of rock climb the giant rock to get on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
I was up there and I was smoking weed. So I get like paranoid when I smoke weed, but I was also very paranoid. Dude, I'm just always terrified of bears.
Really?
I don't know why. Like I feel like I
It
don't have.
wouldn't be something I would want to run into.
I mean, dude.
Without a weapon? No.
Yeah, well, it's like that's why I like JP because I feel comfortable doing that, and I just feel like I'm never gonna see like a bear or anything.
No, not in Liberty Lake. No.
No, but like you high JP. I mean, dude, at the bottom it says 3 rules: never hike alone, never hike at dusk or night, and never hike without bear spray.
Yeah.
I would break all those rules like all the time.
Yeah, there's bears that. I mean, honestly, the bears that come into there are more afraid of you than you are of them. But there's been cougars up there.
Yeah.
And
But-
those fuckers aren't afraid of you. They'll snatch your ass up. And the problem is you will never see them or hear them until they want you to.
Yeah.
That's just scary. They'll just stalk you. And you have no idea.
Yeah. But basically, so I was at the top of the rock and I was just like getting really high. And then I started hearing this like grunting. And I was like, oh, what the fuck is that? And fucking I like got down like this. And I was hella scared. Bro, it took like, maybe I'm just a pussy in particular. And I was really scared in this particular case. It took me like 5 minutes to work the courage to lift my head up over the rock to see what it was. Bro, it was some fucking old man, like, in the dirt, like, doing sit-ups. And he was just like, and I was like, fuck, dude, fuck you, bro.
I thought you were Smokey the Bear.
Dude, fucking Jesus.
Was it the night that I was just talking about? We hiked up there. Didn't we hear something run through the bushes
A
behind us?
moose.
Yeah, something big.
Or we thought it
a moose or
was.
elk or something, but it was big. Like it was definitely bigger than a deer because there were like, you know the sound of like small branches breaking off a tree. This sounded like
Yeah.
limbs of the tree snapping off.
Yeah.
Like-
fucking hell.
I think that's when we stood up and we're like, all right, time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
We're going back down. We made it down in like 5 minutes.
Honestly, like, hiking drunk at night is very fun, though. There's something really
It
cool
is fun.
and, like, exciting
It's
about
fun
it.
if you can ignore the fact that you're in somebody else's backyard, as in an animal.
Yeah.
One that might want to eat you.
That's why I love JP, because it's just, like, open, too. I feel like
Yeah.
nothing can sneak up on me.
No, there's not a lot of. It's far enough away from Micah Peak, that mountain range that runs behind it with all those trees on it.
Yeah.
It's far enough away from that the animals aren't going to want to come all the way down and then all the way back up a hillside that has nothing on it.
Dude, I used to hike JP, like, by myself, and I would go up there with, like, a bunch of, like, alcohol and, like, kush, and I would just go up there and just, like, by myself drink and smoke for fucking hours.
Did you ever get too fucked up on top to where you're like, I don't know if I can make it down?
No. Nah.
I would eat shit.
Yeah. And
Especially that last piece, or I guess the beginning part of the hill. That
Mhm.
shit is straight up and down, and it's loose dirt.
oh, that
And
yeah,
it's
that
not
part.
solid ground.
No.
It's miserable. I went on a hike on Mother's Day
Oh,
to
did you?
some waterfall that was up like behind.
Oh, you did tell me about that.
up behind a golf course,
Huh.
kind of in North Spokane. And everywhere and everybody we talked to said, "Oh yeah, family friendly hike." Bro, I was the only one who actually got to go hike down to the waterfall because we were trying to find it, and I found it, but it was not a family friendly hike.
Really?
No, I was like laying back on the hillside while like shimmying my way down.
Yeah.
And then getting back up and out, you're like grabbing onto rocks and like pulling yourself up. And it was
You
horrible.
did it with your whole family?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Mom, stepdad, my
Mm.
siblings, Kate and Ember.
Yeah, hiking's awesome.
It's
Yeah.
super dope.
Do you ever hike by yourself?
No.
I have fucking loads of times, dude.
You're just a very spontaneous guy, though.
I don't know.
If you think of something and you halfway want to do it, you're more than likely going to end up doing it.
Well, I just like to get out and like go. Like I even like to just like walk and bike a lot, like by myself. Like
Yeah.
recently, I went out on a bike ride, and like if it hadn't gotten like dark and wasn't raining, I remember I got to like the state line, and I remember thinking like, bro, if it was like,
That day that I told you it was going to rain,
yeah,
you made it all the way to state line.
yeah,
So it rained on you on the way back, huh?
nothing crazy.
No?
No,
I remember when I first told you, like, oh, you better hurry up. There's rain clouds coming in. 10 minutes later, I went outside, and that shit was dumping. I was like, Matt's getting swamped right now.
no, yeah, no. During that, I fucking I mean, I posted like a boomerang on Instagram of where I was.
Yeah, of the river.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, did you recognize the spot?
I think we've been there, down that way, just past Barker. I
Yeah.
think me, you, and Coleman went there once. It's a little beach.
Yeah, it's actually not, like where your mom's house is, like the little river trail.
Mhm.
It's like just down that to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there and I like parked my bike and then I kind of just like sat and just like, but then as soon as the rain stopped, then I went all the way to the state line. But then I remember thinking like, bro, I could fucking go to Coeur d'Alene right now. I think someday I might just bike all the way to Coeur d'Alene by myself.
Yeah, I've heard it takes like an hour, or
I think
maybe
it's 2
two.
hours.
2? Yeah.
4 total.
Jesus.
Yeah, the fucking
You got to have something to do, though. Like, you got to go early enough in the morning to where you can get there around lunchtime. Spend the day at the beach, hit a restaurant downtown Coeur d'Alene, and then bike back.
yeah. I was just gonna ask, would you want to do that with me? But a part of me feels like you're gonna say no.
No, I'd do it. I just don't have a bike. I got to get me a bike, dude.
Your
Got to
mom-
hop on Marketplace.
Your mom doesn't have a bike?
No, she does, but I mean, it's like one of those cruisers, that you
I
just
would
kinda,
I would ride one of the bikes. It had like a basket at the front.
Bro, you're gonna have to bring a whole bottle of Gold Bond with you. That seat
Aw,
is gonna
dude.
rip you up, son.
No, I have my own bike. You're gonna have to fucking ride that one.
I thought you just said you wanted to ride it.
No, I'm saying, remember we used the bike.
Oh yeah.
That I.
But
would,
we didn't go far. I mean, what we went?
No,
I think the
not
farthest
far
we
at all.
went on that thing was over to Mirabel.
Bro, do you remember? I remember one time we were biking and we came back to Mirabu, and remember there was a little basket in the front.
Mm-hmm.
Like we had a joint and it was in the basket, and then I kind of stumbled off the bike, and then the joint fell out, and it just went to shit.
Yeah, bro.
So then we were hella upset, and we kind of just like sat there for like 10 minutes and just didn't even talk. We're like, so
What now?
We don't got any weed to smoke. So
Yeah. So what are we gonna do now?
It's crazy how it's just weed, but it feels like devastating sometimes if you don't get to smoke. Dude, I remember when I used to work at Domino's, I like worked the closing shift, and I remember I wouldn't have any weed. So during my break, I would go to the dispensary and fucking okay, just go
What's
ahead.
up?
I just went to the bathroom. I had to piss like fucking mad.
We got to get your unit set up for a studio. Or honestly, bro, I feel like your living room is pretty dope with all the
It is.
shit that you got up and just random posters and
Yeah.
I guess I don't know what you would call that canvas type thing that Coleman gave you. Random picture of a beach.
It's really nice.
Yeah, no, it's dope.
Yeah. I definitely do want to create like a cool little fucking studio.
Yeah.
Fucking I don't know about, dude. Sometimes the couch stuff really fucking pisses me off. I just hate dealing with people, dude.
Yeah. Tedious people,
So
especially like
annoying.
those lazy fucks that we had to go take their couch out of their house and they
Bro.
sat there and just watched us.
They're like despicable people.
Right.
Bro.
And it wasn't even the fact that we needed help. I mean, it would have been cool to have help, but it was the fact that they moved nothing. Their
Yeah.
fucking coffee table was sitting right in the middle
Yeah.
of everything. And like at that point, you're in somebody else's house who you don't know and you almost feel awkward. Like
yeah.
don't get me wrong, I'm not like I wasn't scared to say something to him, but you almost feel awkward to be like, "Hey, can you move this?"
Yeah.
Like, 'cause you're in their home. But
Yeah. And it's
I should have
almost
just put my foot through it.
it's almost so weird how like they were just on their phones trying to almost pretend like we weren't
we
there.
weren't, yeah, like having small talk with each other and then
Dude.
scrolling, playing Pokemon Go or something.
Do you know what I've like started to realize? Like I always kind of thought that like when I was a kid, like me and other kids were awkward and adults weren't. Like they would try and talk to the kid and like they wouldn't really talk. But a lot of adults are like really awkward too, actually.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, so my parents right before they moved back to Ireland, they like rented out a huge table at this bar and had like so many of our family friends there and
Where
so
was this, in Seattle or
yeah,
Ireland?
in Seattle.
Okay.
So just loads of people that I've known for like since I was a kid. And I'd see them and I'd kind of be like, "Oh, hey." And they'd be like, I'm like, "Dude, you're like
Now that I'm not a kid anymore, you
Yeah.
can't talk to me.
you're like 50 years old. You don't have like basic decency and communication skills."
Yeah.
Like some people are just weird, man.
Can't make small talk.
I don't know. Like as you just get older, you just realize how many different people are really fucking strange.
Yeah. How many different walks of life there really are.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, sometimes I think I'm weird for the way I think. But really 90% at this point, 90% of my mentality comes from the basis of MMA.
Of MMA?
Yeah, I mean, like, take for instance when you and I are working out, like,
Okay.
I'm no psychopath or anything, but when I sit there and I tell you, like, I will take everybody out in this motherfucker, like, I truly believe that until you prove me wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some monsters in that gym. So, I mean, obviously, you know, they might just pick me up and fucking
Oh,
break me over their
like
knee.
the dude who I said, "Look at the dude coming out."
Yeah,
That
the
dude was
one with the
fucking
gold grill.
massive, dude.
Yeah. I think he does bodybuilding competitions.
He has
Did you see
to.
how tan he was?
Yeah.
It's got to be a spray tan.
Bro, I do not think that shit looks good.
What, bodybuilding or spray tans?
Well, like, you know those competitions where you come out and just flex and like
Yeah. No, what's the point of that? You can't even if I want to scratch my back, I need to be able to scratch my back. I
Yeah,
know
right?
damn well you can't.
Yeah, right. And it's like, I mean, I have a certain level of respect for people like getting to that point, being able to get to that point, but like it doesn't look good.
No, and they're not natural. Like there's not
No.
one bodybuilder that competes in those major competitions that's natural. I would bet the house on that.
And I wonder what like because there are girls I went to high school with that do that shit, and they're just like so skinny.
Oh, dude, you see the one? You saw the one at the gym
Oh
today.
yeah, I pointed her out. I was like,
She's
"Look at her
got
back."
she's got big enough lats she could fly.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Dude, like when I think of Ironmans and CrossFit training, that's what I think of.
Mm,
Just a absolute ninja almost like.
yeah,
But she's tiny. She's
Oh,
like
she's-
5'2", like
yeah.
130 pounds, but she is jacked.
No, she is. Fair play. I mean, I respect people that get to that level because it's not fucking easy. But at the same
No.
time, like, but I'm wondering, like, in their head, do they think like, "Oh, I look good," or like, "I know I don't look good, but I just want to win this thing."
Yeah. I think they truly do believe that they look good.
Yeah.
I mean, have you watched any of Sam Solik's videos?
yeah.
Yeah, I love the dude because of his personality. He's such a fucking funny
He
guy.
seems like a regular dude.
Oh, he is 100%. And the only reason why he got into it is because of a major heartbreak.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he got dumped at prom in front of everybody.
Dude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude.
Imagine the beast that woman woke up, dude. Look how I mean, yeah, he uses performance enhancers, but he is massive, bro. And he's
Yeah.
22.
Yeah.
And not even the fact that he's that big and looks, I mean, in his eyes or to other people's eyes, good. But he is a global phenom right now.
No, dude, he's huge.
He's doing meet and greets. He's got merch sales. I mean, people are asking him to come to their gyms across the country
yeah.
to work out just so they
To
can
be
say
honest,
Sam Solik was
He's so big, it's one of those things when you think of a particular topic, you think like, you know how like it's sort of like how a lot of people don't know fighting, but if you say fighting, they're like, "Oh, Conor McGregor."
there. Yeah,
or
household
like-
names. John Jones.
Yeah, household name exactly.
Yeah,
Like soccer. I don't know soccer, but I know Messi.
exactly.
Like bodybuilding, Sam Sulek.
Yeah.
Like he really is this big. Wait, did you just say his age? Did I not hear it?
20, I think he's 22.
That's just, it's fucking stupid how fucking successful some people so young are. Oh, dude, you want to know something crazy? Have you heard of Lamine Yamal?
Mm-mm.
He's a soccer player. He plays for Barcelona. He's 17 and he's the best player in the world.
Really?
I'm being dead serious. Like in my personal opinion, I think he's the best player in the world. And then like the general consensus is that there's no other player in the world that's better than this kid, and he's 17 years old.
The mental capacity that guy has to have.
Bro, it's just, dude.
Has to be high. He's got to, you at that point, I'm not saying he does, but at that point, you almost have to have like a life coach. Like to teach you how to handle this fame without falling off the deep end.
I mean, dude.
The fame's got to get to people.
Bro, of course. And like from the outside looking in, it's like, oh, this guy seems to be handling it pretty well.
How much
but-
do football players make?
Oh, stupid amounts,
See, so 17 making a stupid amount of money.
bro.
I'll
Even
tell you what I'd be doing. Nothing that they'd want me to do.
do you know what's so crazy to me? So, okay, you could be playing for a team. So, in soccer, Europe is obviously where like the top football is. So there's the top 5 leagues, which is the leagues in England, Spain, Germany, Italy, and France. So you could like be playing for one of the academies. You could be playing for one of the academies and be like 16 years old and sign for the first team and sign like a pro contract, and you don't even play at all. It's like the bare minimum, like the smallest amount they could give you for signing a pro contract, and those kids make far more than some of like the best fighters in the world do.
That's crazy.
That's really fucking
What
like
blows me away is how much some of these athletes get paid just to sign their name on a piece of paper. I played against a kid in baseball. I never played against him in high school because he was 3A and I was 4A. But he went to Lake Stevens over on the west side.
Yeah, I know what that is.
And I played him in summer ball all the time. Every tournament we had over there, I played him. But he, 2 days after graduation, first round draft pick in the MLB, 16th pick overall. Not his contract, but just to agree, like, yeah, I'm not going to go to college.
A
I'm-
verbal agreement.
What?
Verbal agreement?
No, written. He signed.
Oh.
But just to agree that, yeah, I'm not going to go to college and play. I'm going to immediately start the major league system. $4.6 million to sign your name on a dotted line.
That's fucking bananas.
Insane, dude. And he was a 16th pick. So as it goes, it can drop $1 million from the 5th pick to the 6th pick. It can drop 100,000, but it drops. So imagine how much the number 1 overall pick signed that year. And the more and more we go through the years, like as we're progressing, the more high schoolers are getting drafted first round. That year, there were 2 high schoolers from the west side. They got signed. One was from Federal Way, Joshua Mears. He got signed first round, 30th pick overall by the San Diego Padres, and he signed for like 2.4.
Damn.
Right after graduation, sign 2.4, hit your bank account. They flew him out to San Diego, had him throw out the first pitch of the game. Like, this is our first round draft pick, Joshua Mears. So you just went from walking across the stage with all these dorks that you just went to school with.
Fucking
Now you're standing in a
dorks.
stadium in front of 65,000 people who are now banking on you to be the upcoming future of their organization. And baseball is the craziest in New York and California.
Mm.
Those fan bases will kill.
Yeah.
They would kill somebody for their teams.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Like, I imagine it's way crazier in Europe and for soccer. But just thinking of, like, just these cities, they give everything that they have to these organizations is insane. And now you're a 18-year-old kid coming out of high school, and you're supposed to be the face of that organization moving forward.
I don't know how they do it.
I wouldn't get over the fact that I just got $4 million put in my bank account.
Do you know what the craziest part is? So you could you could just sign your name, get that money, and then you could like become paralyzed, and then
Yeah, they got to pay you out.
no, and then like, then if you play your cards right, that's enough money to last you for the rest of your life.
Oh, 100%. But 90% of the time, if something tragic happens to you like that, that organization is going to put you on basically a Medicaid through them. Like, the Dodgers had a guy like 5 years ago, went absolutely mentally insane. Full-blown schizophrenic, bipolar. Like, he's homeless now, and he won't accept help from people. But the Dodgers have kept him on their roster just as an inactive player for the last 7 years so that he can go and get free medical attention.
Yeah.
But he refuses. Like, he's somewhere in the streets, somewhere in America. But imagine going from pro player, having a mental break, and now you're homeless.
Oh my God! And just out of the blue.
Yeah. Yeah, it happened in the offseason. He was playing with the Dodgers. They went to the World Series. They lost offseason, about to start spring training, and they're like, the Dodgers have put Andrew Toles on an inactive roster. He's going through some mental health issues. Then his dad went public with it and was like, we would really love help if somebody could tell us where he is, because he won't tell us. And I mean, you're schizophrenic and bipolar. You're fucking insane.
Yeah,
There's no way you have one straight thought process in
That's
your
a
head.
deadly combination.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Bro, you fucking bringing that up, it makes me realize I gotta tell you something, and this would be like, this is really fucking, it's gonna freak you out. It's something that like happened to me, but so I, growing up in high school, went to school with this kid named Juan. I really I have a weird feeling he could possibly watch this, but I have no idea. Okay, maybe not, because I don't like to fucking like post the podcast link on my personal Instagram
Yeah.
and be like, check this out. When I used to do YouTube back in the day, I would do that, but for some reason, I just don't like to do it. If it's gonna grow, I want it to grow organically, not me trying to get people that like knew me from high school to like look at it.
Right.
Because also, like, for some reason, if I do that, I just feel so much more awkward. Like, people I went to high school with are watching this, so
Yeah, people you haven't talked to in almost 10
I don't
years.
think he'll watch this.
Fuck it.
But yeah,
What's he
fuck
gonna
it.
do? Come to Spokane? Hunt
Yeah.
you down?
No, it's not like I'm like afraid. But okay, so basically, this kid named Juan, really cool, nice kid. Like we played soccer together, and like we smoked weed a couple times. You know when you have a session in the car or something at some park, like after practice, like did that a couple times. Really nice kid. He was totally fine, totally normal, but apparently, some people, what is it called if like you get something and it's genetic? Is it hereditary?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, apparently he developed like schizophrenia like later in life, like after high school. And so he became schizophrenic, and then, bro, okay, this is going to freak you out, but so I didn't even really know him that well. apparently one of the voices he would hear in his head was my voice
How'd you find that out?
from some other friends. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, dude, like, well, 'cause I was living in Spokane and I was back in Seattle and I was hanging out with these guys. They were like, dude, so you know Juan?" And I was like, "Yeah." They were like, "Apparently he's schizophrenic now, and one of the voices he hears is your voice." And I was like, "Dude, that's not funny. Like, shut up."
That's really weird, bro.
I know. So and then this guy, he used to kind of like try to fuck with me, and like I used to be kind of gullible, so he would kind of just get me to believe shit. So then he was like, "No, dude, I'm not even joking. In fact, watch this." And he called one of our other friends, and this is my first time hanging out with him in years. So this other friend, he had no idea that I was even there. So he was like, "Yo, Johnny, like, remember, you know, like what with Juan, what happened to him? Like, who's one of the voices he hears?" He was like, "Oh, Matt's." And then
Jeez.
I was like, dude, it fucking really freaked me out.
No, for sure. 'Cause what if he what if that voice drove him so insane to where he's like, I have to find Matt and kill him. Like that's the
I
only way
know.
that this voice is
Bro,
gonna
that
stop.
that shit happens, dude. And dude, you want to know something that in itself was really freaky to hear about.
I hope he doesn't listen to this.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
Your voice has been in here enough. He's gonna be like,
I know.
not again.
And then, bro, and then if you think that's bad, do you know what fucking happened a year and a half later? So, I don't know, I don't know why, but after like years, I've never done anything like crazy bad to like really, really fuck up my health. But after years of just abusing like sleep, drugs, and alcohol, and just like poor health, like not exercising, eating like shit, I don't know why, but I started to develop like really weird, like I would get crazy anxiety and I would have these tics where I would do random, like I used to do this thing where I would go like, dude, I know it's funny, but I'm not even lying. I used to do these really, and I like would raise my eyebrows.
I remember you raising your eyebrows.
I still kind of do it.
Not, and I haven't noticed it as of recent, but I do remember a couple years ago.
Oh,
You
really?
used to do that shit all the time.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I always did it, but it just got to the point where I'd like always do it. Well, I notice I don't do it nearly as much as if I'm like way healthier, like have a healthy lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
But oh, you're just getting Samson. Samson, go on. Samson. Sam,
Duke. Come here, puppy.
you want a treat? You want a treat? Sam, go on. Good boy. Oh yeah.
Something Matt just told me. Dude he went to high school with developed schizophrenia hereditarily after high school. And one of the voices that would talk in his head was Matt's. Isn't that fucking weird?
It's not even like a joke either.
No, yeah, he said he was back in Seattle hanging out with some buddies he hadn't seen in years. And he didn't believe him. And they called up another friend who didn't know Matt was there. And they're like, hey, you remember Juan? What's one of the voices that he hears in his head? And he's like, oh, Matt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt was like, I hope he doesn't watch this. He's going to click play and be like,
Oh my god.
freak the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the cover.
Buenas noches, señorita. Nothing. Buenos noches, señorita. I was just trying to be funny. It was yeah. No. I think that means like see you tomorrow or good night or something.
Night.
Yeah.
Buenas tardes is see you later.
Oh. Okay, so that on its own is very creepy.
Yeah,
You wanna-
that is out there.
Yeah. That's not even the worst part.
I went to high school with a lot of fucking people.
Mhm.
And I wasn't always the nicest guy. I mean, like, I
Really?
I wouldn't go out of my way to be a douchebag, but
Yeah.
you could catch me on an off day, or if I just didn't like you for a reason.
Mm.
I had to have a reason. I wouldn't just walk around and be like, "Oh, I play sports. Fuck you."
Yeah.
Like, no. But actually, I was friends with a lot of band kids, 'cause
Uh-huh.
I was in band in middle school, in elementary school, like. But I always thought, like, if one of those crazy fuckers I went to high school with made a hit list, would I make it?
Yeah.
'Cause there were some strange cats that I knew they didn't play sports. So I made it known in my head, if I ever see that motherfucker show up with a duffel bag, I'm out. I'm out that
Better
joint.
safe than sorry, dude.
I never knew the kid's name, but we had one. He was a senior when I was a freshman, and he'd walk around in aviators and a trench coat every day. Every fucking day. Aviators and a trench coat. Black boots. One false move, brother. I'm out that joint.
Yeah.
I'm not sticking around to see what's going to happen. Hide under a desk for what? No, I'm jumping out windows.
Yeah, dude.
Not happening.
Yeah, right?
It's crazy.
Plus, like,
Some people can just snap.
I know. But, dude, I haven't even told you the craziest part.
Oh, shit.
So, a year and a half later, so basically, I would develop this thing where some days, if I'm hungover, I have, like, the worst anxiety. And sometimes I twitch where I go like this on my leg, like, where I can't even stop.
Well, see what I'm doing with my leg right now? Pretty
Yeah.
sure I've been doing that the whole podcast.
No, I know, but for me, it's like,
Oh, rapid.
yeah.
Like,
In fact, dude, when that girl I was seeing from Canada, like the night before, I got fucked up with Jacob. We drank so much, and I barely slept. So the start of the day, I was like this, and I kept seeing her like look down at my leg, and then I was, yeah, and I was trying to keep it together. But then after a few drinks, it kind of went away, and I felt normal. And then obviously the rest of the date was like,
it's like fucking alcohol tremors.
yeah, but the thing is, like, I mean, I still do it, and I haven't even drank for a month, so it's not.
Yeah, and I feel like if you start getting tremors from alcoholism, you're the type of dude that has to wake up and have a shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then
You
it
were never
stops.
like that, but you were definitely if I start drinking, I'm drinking everything.
Also, I think it's that, and like because I've always had a terrible relationship with sleep. It's almost like my brain, like something wrong with my brain, because it didn't.
You've been
get
getting it figured out lately, though?
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, do you think I do it to the point where it's like noticeable? I feel like you would, like, if you noticed it, you'd be like, dude, why are you doing that?
No. I don't mean that. I mean your sleep schedule.
Oh yeah, dude, it's so much better. I mean, the only thing I really have to improve is just like going to bed on time. But
Right.
like I'm able to
But
consistently.
it doesn't
get,
help we fucking play Call of Duty every night. How
Yeah.
could you not, dude? Like, it just becomes so fun playing with a homie.
I know, dude. You know what the worst? Dude, you ever start something, and you're like, I'm only gonna watch 10 minutes of this,
Yeah.
bro. There's this comedian I really like named Fahim Anwar. I was like, cause I love to just like watch a little bit of YouTube while I'm in bed.
Is he the one that asks people what their last name is and, like, tries to guess what type of Indian they are?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I've never
dude.
seen anything like that.
No, there's one that he will ask them, like, what's your last name? And they're like, Patel. And he's like, oh, so your family runs hotels? And they're like, yeah, actually.
Oh,
and he
that's-
goes, and let me guess, you run it for your parents, but they take credit. And they're like, yeah,
Bro, I've seen clips like that. I don't know who the comedian
he's
is,
so,
but
I don't know his name, but he is so funny.
yeah. But before we keep getting too off topic, so basically, it was Saturday night. In fact, it was the day John Jones fought Stipe. So it was Saturday night, and and the night before I like got really drunk, and then if I get really drunk, I just can't sleep. I just stay up all night and I struggle to sleep. So I was really hungover and got barely any sleep. So my body was just like twitching and just like tweaking. So I was at Redmond Town Center with my family eating sushi with my sister, brother-in-law, and parents. And there's something about being out in public when I'm feeling like this, I just can't deal with it. I just can't sit down still in a chair, and I'm like, I just have crazy anxiety. So at one point, so we lived like really close. So at one point, I was like, I'm gonna be on it. I'm gonna be honest, guys. Like, I just can't be here right now. Like, I have the worst anxiety. I have to get out and get some fresh air. I have to go for a walk. It was in a sushi restaurant, and right next door was Mod Pizza. So I'm already having like a fucking anxiety attack, feeling just horrible. I walk outside and I see Juan.
Oh.
He's coming out of Mod Pizza and he's holding a pizza. And I know about this. I know that he's schizo
the
and hears my
schizo in
voice.
your voice.
Yeah. So, bro, we see each other, and like, so I'm having an anxiety attack. He's actively hearing my voice in his head, yet we somehow are like keeping it together and having like a cordial conversation.
You talked to him?
Yeah, I talked to him.
I would have just been like,
No, bro, like cause dude, he was always a cool guy. Like, I don't have a bad thing to say about him.
no, but I'd be fucking nervous that dude hears my voice in his head constantly.
Of course, you don't think I was thinking that the whole time while talking to this cunt? I was like, so fucking. I was trying to talk to him, keep it together, bro. So okay, I gotta take my glasses off. So while he was talking to me, it was just small talk. He kept being like this. And I was like, oh my god. Is it your baby? Is she awake?
Yeah, she's good though. Or maybe she's trying to look for her binky. 'Cause she usually puts herself back to sleep.
Why does it sound like it's echoing? Oh, 'cause of the, obviously.
Yeah, I told you she was just looking for her binky. You getting pissed off she couldn't find it. 90% of the time it's 'cause she's laying on it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, did you see what I was doing with my eyes though?
Yeah, looking away.
Yeah. So, bro, that'd be like me talking to you, and as you're talking, your voice.
'Cause she was looking for her binky. I thought that she was about to grab it. She stopped crying like right when you came out here. Huh?
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up now.
We're talking about Juan the Schizo. Sorry, Juan.
Fuck, I feel bad now.
It's not like he doesn't know he isn't schizophrenic.
No, I meant like.
Oh, no, she don't care.
Oh, okay. But yeah, dude, like, could you imagine that? Imagine like you listening to me right now actively talk, and as I'm talking, my voice in your head is like, get out, run.
Yeah.
Run.
Insane.
Dude.
I couldn't.
Like, bro, I feel so bad for the guy, 'cause he could not be a nicer guy, bro. And he was actually a pretty decent soccer player too.
Really?
But dude, so then after that, I just walked around. And this is at the time where like me and Jacob started talking again, and we would just call each other on the phone like all the time. So I called him. I was like, dude, Jacob, 'cause Jacob knows Juan, 'cause he went to high school together. So I told him about it, and I was just trying to get out of my own head, but I felt horrible. I felt so bad. And then after we all went back to like to my place, like my whole family and a bunch of friends, to watch like the John Jones fight. And then it was cool. We watched Oliveira Chandler, which is a fucking banger.
Yeah.
And then fucking Jones Stipe. Fucking
Poor Stipe, dude.
he fucking kicked the fucking shite out of his liver. Was that a liver shot?
No, wrong side.
I mean, whatever he hit, he fucking
I
felt
think
like
he
a
just
pile
hit
of Legos,
straight
bro.
gut and ribs.
Oh, dude. Could you imagine? Have you ever been hit with one of those?
Yeah. Teep kicks from Ashton Charlton. Feels
Yeah.
like he kicks your stomach up and through your rib cage.
Oh, jeez.
'Cause the key to a teep kick is not making blunt force with them. It's to catch them coming up. So with the padding of your foot, like here's your toes, then you got the padding of your foot to catch them in the gut, and your kick finishes up and through.
Yeah. Dude, even as someone who's a huge fan of fighting and watches like pretty much every fight the UFC puts on for years now, I feel like there's still so much about the sport that I have no clue about.
Yeah,
You won't know unless you actually do it, train.
Yeah, or I mean, just listen to the guys talk about it. You got to just
Yeah.
listen to them do breakdowns. But even me doing the sport, there's still so much that I don't know.
Yeah.
There's so much Brady doesn't know.
you-
Brady's 3-0 in the UFC.
you
There's
ne-
still so much he doesn't know.
You never truly master it.
No, I couldn't name one fighter who has truly mastered it.
Not even John.
No.
He just has his methods. He just knows. He
Yeah.
just knows how to win.
Yeah, and I mean, he can execute, and he's got the mental state for it, but he's never had a perfect. He doesn't. He has had a perfect fight, but he doesn't. Not all of his fights are perfect.
You could argue he lost to Dominic Reyes.
Yeah.
I mean, people. I mean, it's a huge robbery. Yeah, and look at him now. I mean, like, obviously this is bound to happen to everyone, but he probably would lose to Aspinall.
Yeah, it's just a different generation.
Father Time's undefeated.
You take John 10 years ago, though. I think it's a different ball game. I think he walks Tom Aspinall like a dog.
Yeah, yeah. Tom Aspinall's so good though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
In terms of pure,
No credit taken away from Tom. Tom's a English killing cunt, but
in terms of pure skill, my two favorite fighters to watch are Taporia and Aspinall.
yeah.
Dude,
Too bad you didn't watch UFC when Mighty Mouse was there. That dude's a freak. I've met him. He's
Really?
tiny. Yeah.
Oh, I bet he looks
So tiny.
He looks tiny, dude.
But the amount of skill set and mentality you have to have, not even mentality, just the thought process of, I'm going to pick this guy up and throw him.
and then into an armbar.
But I'm going to snag him into an armbar halfway through, and he's never going to see it coming. Insane.
Yeah.
In the skill set to be able to position that guy midair and let go of him and hold him with one arm to then hook his arm, insane.
No, my favorite is it Marlon Moraes, the guy he had the trilogy with?
Yeah, that knee to the face.
Bro, not just that, but the slip, right hand, and then he follows him all the way over.
Stalked him like
and then, dude,
a
like
predator.
right against the cage. Dude, oh my god, that was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Pound for pound, I think he's number one of all time.
Yeah, bro, I didn't want to wrap it up because, like, bro, we have to talk about fighting. Like, because, bro, you're an MMA fighter. Like,
I feel like that's a long topic, though.
no, I know. I'm not saying let's
We
go
might
for
just have to do. We might have to do what Rogan does. Do
the MMA hour.
the Doe Show MMA episode 1.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll get into it. Like, I mean, dude, this is the first of many podcasts together,
Yeah, for sure.
and not just us. Coleman, maybe even Kodak. Bro, I'm like, I would feel so.
Kodak will be back.
Bro, even if I had like a big platform, I would still feel so awkward messaging people I don't know, asking them to come on my podcast.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be. I feel like you got to be a household name to not feel awkward. And then
Yeah.
again, it ain't Joe messaging people unless he fucks with them that heavy. It's J-Mo reaching out like, hey, you guys want to come on the pod? You know, this and that. Joe would love to have you. But if it's like fucking Tom or somebody, I mean, even if people he doesn't know,
Tom?
Segura.
Oh, Segura.
But like, even if it is people he doesn't know, but like he fucks with them,
Yeah.
he'll just reach out directly. Be like, dude, you and I got a lot in common.
Yeah.
Hop on the pod.
But it just feels like cringy because it's like you see so many shit podcasts and it's like, because like you never picture someone you don't know having a podcast and you're like, oh, I bet it's awesome. In your head, you're probably like, this is probably so lame.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, dude, if you didn't know me, you wouldn't have come on this.
No, not if I didn't know you. If you just walked up to me at the gym and you're like, "Hey, you want to be on my podcast?" I'd be like, sure.
You'd be like, do I say no or do I front kick him in the face
Well, I'd
and
tell
then
you,
say no?
I'd tell you, "Oh yeah, we'll have to work something out," and then just never work anything out. With
Yeah,
you.
seen 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Why don't you hit up your homeboy from Move? See if he wants to come on.
Absolutely not.
That's if his caregiver lets him out of the house.
Yeah, the same way Kate was sitting over there, his caregiver's sitting over there. Like, hey, let's maybe not go into that. That really triggers him. Okay, let me read out the list of things that are acceptable to talk about. TikTok
I haven't
dances?
seen him at the gym in a minute.
No.
Thank God.
Dude, do you
One less thing I have to worry about.
do you think people like him, like, do you think he just never had any interest in actually? Did you listen to the part of me and Coleman's podcast where we talked about that?
Mm-hmm.
I think he like is maybe like a lonely guy and he goes to the gym just to meet friends.
I'm pretty sure he lives in a group home.
I can't tell if you're joking.
No, I'm being dead ass.
Oh, really?
Pretty sure he lives in a group home.
Oh, fuck. That's sad.
Yeah.
'Cause for like I can understand why people think the gym is a social thing. To meet people.
Yeah, I don't know. And it's not like I walk around with a fucking smile on my face. Like,
No. I mean, a majority of people are like us. They're just
Yeah.
there to do their workout.
mm-hmm.
It's just something. It's just part of their schedule.
The worst example I could have was the first time I went to the gym with you, and I was like, "Yeah, dude, I don't talk to nobody. I just keep my headphones in and do my thing." And then 15 fucking people came up to me in the span of half an hour.
Oh, that reminds me. Take it, bro.
Hello. No, we're just about done.
Wait, we're at an hour and 52 minutes. Let's end on 2 hours, so 8 minutes.
We're gonna be done in 7 minutes and 30 seconds. I said that because I'm looking at the timer, and Matt said, "Can we just go to this time?" And that's it. 7 minutes. Yeah, 7 minutes flat. Okay. Bye.
The price you pay of being with someone,
Yeah.
because
It's worth it.
it's either this or crippling loneliness. You've never lived by yourself, huh?
No.
Do you think you would like it or no? You would?
I wouldn't mind it, but I probably wouldn't be home a whole lot.
I get it. Yeah, dude, like, at times I do like it, but then it's like there's certain times where I'm just in my apartment by myself, and I'm just like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're not counting on anybody coming home or anything like that.
No.
But then again, it's your house, however you want it to be.
Yeah.
Like the other day when I was looking through the cupboards and I'm like, why did Kate rearrange everything in our cupboards? And you're like, dude, see, that's why I live alone, 'cause I know where everything is. It's one hell of a reason.
Yeah. I didn't list out the 50 fucking cons that come with it, bro. I just listed out the one pro. In fact, did I tell you that my downstairs neighbor last week came up and knocked on my door, told me to shut the fuck up?
No?
Yeah.
For what?
It was a week ago today, actually. Wednesday, me and Coleman went to that comedy show. And it was just really fun. Like, I was just really, like, hyped up. And I was doing the dishes and, like, bro, I can't even lie. Like, so I'll, like, listen to music while doing the dishes. And sometimes I just start dancing 'cause I'm, like, all hyped up, dude. So I started dancing. And then, bro, like, even with my headphones in, like, playing the music pretty loud, the guy knocked on my door so loud it scared me. Like, fucking, I was like, and like I mentioned before, sometimes I get pretty paranoid. I do not like opening my door to random people.
Yeah.
So I got a hammer from the fucking So I got a hammer from the kitchen.
You
And
just have it behind the door, like.
Do you know where?
Hey man, what's up?
Do you know where the beanbag is?
Yeah.
Right next to the door. I just put it on the top of that, and I was like, just in case I need this, bash this cunt's brains in. So I open the door. I'm like, yeah. He's like, dude, I live downstairs, and I have 2 babies. Like, I don't know what you're doing up here, but I've tried to put them to sleep like 5 times, and they keep waking back up. So, bro, I don't know what you're doing up here, but I really need you to keep it down. And I was like, dude, I'm so sorry.
That makes me feel better. I thought you meant he came up and was like, "Shut the fuck up."
Nah.
I'm like, okay, Matt, let's go over to your house real quick.
Yeah.
Let's go hang out.
And I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. And he was like,
Yeah.
I appreciate it. And he was like, I just had to just 'cause, you know, they keep waking up. I was like, dude, I get it. I'm so sorry. And he was like, yeah, it's all good. Good
You
night.
should have been like, honestly, bro, I'm just jamming, doing the dishes. Like,
He was
I
like,
got some nice ass moves.
he was like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing up here.
Is he an older guy?
Huh?
Is he an older guy?
Yeah, like mid-30s, late 30s. Do you know what move I was doing that probably fucking...
Moonwalking?
No. Do you remember when McGregor was fighting Alvarez and he was late and he like came out and he was going like that? I was doing that move. I was doing that move.
Sorry, I'm late. I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, dude. So obviously you're like bouncing on one fucking leg and he's like, what the fuck is that?
That's funny.
So yeah. Okay, I mean we'll probably wrap it up. Got like 3 minutes.
Oh, yeah, my kid is sitting in there wide awake right now.
Oh really?
Yeah, eyes wide open.
Yeah.
That's troubling.
Yeah. Well, obviously this is the first of many podcasts.
Yeah.
But
Next one, we gotta have the Three Amigos.
yeah. But did you enjoy it?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it what you thought it would be or no?
Yeah. It was very easy to get used to.
Yeah, right. I mean, after a while, it's just like we're just regular.
After like 5 minutes, it's like, no,
Right.
we're just talking.
Exactly. It's sort of like what they like reality stars say. They're like after the first couple days, you forget the cameras are there and you start acting
Just
like
going.
the regular old jackass you would be acting like
Yeah.
in person. But I guess the last thing before we wrap up. So, me and Coleman did this on the end of our episode. I don't know if you saw it, but we have these 2 comedians we really love. They have a podcast called We Might Be Drunk. So they have this like segment that they do. You know how some podcasts they'll like have one question they always ask the guests. So there they do these things called pet peeves, Rex, in a bit. So they ask the guest that. So you say like a pet peeve, you give like a recommendation to like some show or YouTube video or movie you saw recently that's good, and then you do like a bit. I mean they're comedians, so they're always working on bits. So they just say whatever they think their best bit is. So I guess for me and Coleman we did like a bit, but for you I just want to just give me a pet peeve.
Tapping.
Tapping?
Yeah, like people come up and start tapping me. Can't fucking
Oh, like at
stand
the
it.
gym?
Anywhere.
Like where does this happen? Oh, at Ace?
Yeah, or just fucking. There was somebody who, in high school, I was sitting there. I had like my headphones in. I was sitting there doing something in my work, first time in forever, and they were behind me, and they're like, I think we had to start passing our shit forward. I was like, hold on, I'm almost done, and they're like, I was like, dude, stop, just give me a second, and he wasn't like hitting me or nothing, but he was like.
Yeah.
And he did it again. And I fucking snatched his fingers and pulled him forward. I was like, quit fucking touching me. And he's like, I'm just trying to hand you the papers. I'm like, I told you to fucking wait.
Yeah.
Quit touching me. I just cannot stand when people just, hey, excuse me? Get the fuck off of me.
Yeah.
I cannot stand it.
I never really tap people. I just try and like get into their line of vision, like stick my fucking head in their
Yeah.
line of vision. Is that just something that's been bothering you recently, or that's like the number one thing that pisses you off ever in general?
I'd say it doesn't happen in. I mean, yeah, it pisses me off in general. But
Uh-huh.
I would say doesn't happen on a daily basis. At work, I get a lot of old cunts who just, hey, do you work here? No, I'm wearing the fucking company name and a headset for the hell of it. It's my costume. Yes, I fucking work here.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. There's been some days where, like, if it's cold, I'm wearing a sweatshirt. I would love to just tell people, no, sorry. Just keep
Yeah.
fucking going about my day. But if they come back in the store and see me working, they'd be like, I thought you don't work here. It wasn't that day.
I lied.
Huh. And they just hired me on.
Fuck. I feel like you need your own show. Like, you're such a character. Like, even being on the phone with you when you're driving home from work.
My road rage is bad.
Bro.
My road rage is bad. Dude, I told you today about that bitch that was in the roundabout. I mean, I could see why she was mad at me, but she, like,
The roundabout.
yeah, over here on Flora,
You didn't.
I was trying to hurry up and get back here, and
Uh-huh.
everybody and their brother was out driving down Broadway. There was like 8 cars lined up.
Mm.
And so when I finally got my turn in the roundabout, I just followed the car that went in before me. You know how you're supposed to, like, yield and let another person go or whatever?
Yeah.
I just followed him through. And she double-fisted her steering wheel and was like, fucking bitch!
Yeah.
And I just happened to see her, and I was like, bah. She was fucking just all the way around the roundabout, just slamming on her horn.
Yeah.
I love doing shit like that. But most of the time, it's me. Like, get the fuck out of my
Yeah.
way, you stupid fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know how Coleman doesn't have road rage driving around all day.
I don't know. He's
In
the
that
most-
box truck, I'd run people
He's-
off the road.
He's the most level-headed fuck I've ever met, dude.
I'd hate to see him snap.
Oh, it's bad.
That's 25 years of built-up anger. Fucking A.
I guess I'll just do a peeve that I have and wrap things up.
Oh,
Cause
recommendation. Tommy G, bro.
Tommy G.
Yeah,
Yeah, you like him.
watch those.
He's
yeah.
good. Those types of videos are really cool.
Yeah, and they're so diverse.
Yeah.
So diverse.
Because there's so much people that post like really shit, stupid, low effort content.
Yeah.
When people like actually, you can tell they put.
It's a lot of copycats. Well, watch his videos from a couple years ago compared to now. His videos a couple years ago were still good. They weren't low quality, but he's way, way better now.
Yeah. Nah, he's cool. Like I respect people that make videos like that, because you know videos like that take like months to make.
Yeah. Well, and dude, you got to get okayed by gangs
Yeah.
to come to their
Bro,
neighborhood.
it's so scary.
Yeah.
And dude, like, at least now a gang could look him up and be like, oh, okay.
He's certified.
But dude, when you're starting out,
yeah.
a gang's like, who is
Who's
this
this
guy?
white boy, Tommy
Right?
G?
Like, is this a setup?
It's a narc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, dude,
He looks like a narc.
respect to Tommy G and all the people on YouTube that like make shit like that.
Yes, sir. There's not a lot.
Yeah.
What's
So-
your peeve?
A peeve? My peeve is just when we're fucking playing like Warzone and we're always just like beefing with these cunts. Like, it's not beefing with these random kids on Warzone, because I think it's actually funny, even if it's hostile, just having back and forth. But I hate when like they get like so triggered and pissed off, they just keep talking nonstop,
Oh, yeah.
and like you can't even get a word in.
Or the fact that you and I are having a conversation and they just gotta like,
Yeah, right.
you know what I was doing to your mom last night? Well, here's the thing. We weren't even talking about any our moms.
Oh, dude, I was
Like,
trying.
What the fuck?
There was like one thing I was trying to tell you. It would have taken 60 seconds to tell you, but like I remember I was telling you about how Manny got onto the treadmill next to me. I was like, so
Yeah.
we get into the game, and I was like, yeah. So Manny hops onto the treadmill right next to me, and this random cunt's like, oh, he got onto the treadmill right next to you, huh? Oh. I was like, dude, shut the fuck
Mute
up.
your fucking mic and go touch yourself like you were 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Like, Christ.
Like I kind of don't mind shit like that, but it's when it's just like you're getting the better of them, and you try to say something and they keep just talking over you.
Yeah. Like last night.
Yeah, exactly. So
I wish that little fucker would have got my phone number.
fuck.
I would have whooped his ass
That
all
would've
the way
been- that
back
would've
to
been
wherever the
so
fuck
funny.
he's from.
That would have made for such like a legendary like TikTok.
And you know what's
video.
funny? Like 5 minutes before that, I told you I would love to get my hands on just one of these little dorks.
Yeah.
And there he was. God answered my prayers. Sent him right to me.
Yeah.
Call of Duty had to voice ban me. Fucking jackasses.
Yeah, but I guess my last thing before we wrap things up. This is a pretty simple one, just like a rec. I got a rec fucking Fahim Anwar, this comedian. Bro, he's actually from Seattle. Bro, he's just so funny. Like, I was watching his fucking special on YouTube last night, and I was like, alright, I'll watch 10 minutes of this. I watched like 45 minutes of it, bro. And like, I was like genuinely like, I was like laughing so much that like I was afraid the guy downstairs was gonna come back up and tell me to shut the fuck up again. So I felt hella bad. But yeah, he's a fucking sick comedian. But yeah, we'll wrap things up. I've been timing it 2 hours and 6 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good shit.
You enjoy that?
Hell yeah.
First of many, brother.
Easy. Yeah.
Bro, thanks for coming on, bro.
Absolutely.
My man. Yeah, so obviously you're going to see lots more Jaden on the podcast 'cause like we're friends. We kick it every day. We fucking go to the gym very frequently.
We live 5 minutes from each other.
Yeah, but also this guy's a fighter. So like if your career starts to keep trending upwards, you become pro, fucking make it to a big promotion, like it's up to a lot of fighters to like boost their own name and status.
Yeah.
So like
And I'm horrible with social media.
yeah, I get it. I like the fucking filming content, like doing stuff like this, but it's just like I just get so lazy. It's like there's so much shit you gotta do to grow that I just don't want to do.
Right.
And I don't know. I like to just live my life. I'm not the type of person that's always trying to like make a TikTok or YouTube video out of something or constantly taking pictures. Like I'm just not that type of guy. So
Right.
I don't know, but this if you want to grow, there's just things you got to do. It's part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, but that's that. We'll wrap things up, and the next one will be you, me, and Coleman. Hopefully, like, it's good weather, so we can do, like, an outside pod. That would be awesome.
That would be dope.
Yeah. But till then, thank you, guys. Peace.
Peace.